Got life or death, better choose it. Got wisdom on your side, don't lose it. My spirit in check, I rule it. If you got a hot head, better cool it. In my lane, better move it. Before I near my 13, lose it. On the way to the kingdom, we cruising. Don't know one, do what we doing. See, I'm 3 times better when I'm flipping through the script. Pressure bust pipes, you ain't nothing but a drip. Gas flow moving, say hello to the chief. And these heathens gon' get it, man, somebody get a brief. I'm 30 days in, past up where you work. Your kids breaking laws and they do it for a turf. And you steady trying to sell a soul for some merch, while your wife fake you healing on the ground for a purse. When I got these scripts, man, I can't miss. See, a lot of y'all try, but you ain't this. And I'm eating up lies, take them to the bank with. If you ain't selling time, show them what a bank with.
Hey, what's going on, my brothers? When he said love the Lord, can you hold up the image of that? You think he talking about this? I don't know, can y'all see that from here? Is this the Lord? Is this the Lord right here? This Jesus. This ain't who we talking about. We said, do we love the Lord? You love Jesus Christ, the black Messiah. That's right. Do y'all know Christ is black? I hear somebody say something. Hands up if you know Christ is a black man. Hands up if you're a white man. Hands up if you're alive. All right, y'all gonna listen to it then. Give me that, Revelations 1:14. Whether they heal, forbear. You must hear this truth. When we say, do you love the Lord? You need to understand, Christ is a black man according to the Bible.
That's right.
Christ looks like your father. You like your grandfather. Read what you got.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 1.
Because we gotta understand who we making mad. Who are we pissing off? We're not pissing off that white guy with the beards you see in the churches all around his neighborhood. Read.
The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass.
So this is about Jesus in Revelation. Your pastor don't go there. I've been to these churches over here. Pastor don't touch Revelations. He says sealed. He just wants your money. Come on, 14.
Verse 14, his head and his hairs were white like wool.
So, older generation, leaders of the community, y'all brothers right there. Did you know Jesus Christ had white woolly hair on his head?
Read out.
Woolly is the texture of Negro hair.
Right.
That's our hair texture.
Right.
Am I right or wrong? Who got woolly hair? African Americans got woolly hair.
Read out.
But they talking about Jesus Christ right here. Read again.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 14.
Come on.
His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow.
So that don't line up with the picture we got over here. This is the picture. It don't line up with what we've been given in Christianity. Read.
As white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
He had eyes red. Why was his eyes red? We're going to show you. Jesus Christ had eyes like your uncle, the people that be around here drinking. The whites of his eyes had turned red because he drank wine. Let's prove it. Genesis 49 and 12.
The book of Genesis, chapter 49 and verse 12.
What we doing is teaching you about the Bible.
Right.
So we put a battery in your back to go teach the rest of the neighborhood that's shooting and killing each other.
Right.
Because if we saw each other as Christ, there wouldn't be death. You wouldn't be locked out of projects over there and have to go in, have a reason to go in. We murdering the hell out of each other. Why? We don't see Jesus Christ in each other.
Right.
Christ black, like you.
That's right.
Christ was in slavery, like you. Just like y'all is today. Christ is in Roman captivity under the Romans, under the white man. The same way we are today.
Right.
He won't rule in earth. Not yet. He will come back to put us in rulership of the earth.
That's right.
But y'all don't know what color he is. Read that.
The book of Genesis, chapter 49 and verse 12.
Come on.
His eyes shall be red with wine, and his teeth white with milk.
So I talk about Jesus Christ, his eyes red because of wine. He turned water into wine. First miracle. First miracle. Come back. Now how the rest of the body look?
The book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 15.
Come on.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
Now that's the feet of Jesus Christ. Your feet the same color as the rest of your skin.
Right.
Read.
As if they burned in a furnace.
They said it was fine brass like they burned in the oven.
Right.
You take any object and stick it in the oven, it's turning black.
Right.
Right.
This a black man we talking about.
That's right.
And no, he not light-skinned. He ain't no light-skinned dude. Taking Facebook photos, they ain't him. He was jet black. Most of the sisters out here wouldn't want to mess with him. You understand that? He was a black man. That's who you're supposed to be afraid of. Messiah's coming back.
That's right.
You understand that thing? Demo?
And his feet.
Hey, what's going on, my sister? You saying sister, y'all just up here, right?
No.
The different sisters? You know what we teaching out here? You know what we teaching out here? Can you hear me? Do you know what we teaching out here, sis? Yeah, about slavery. We talking about slavery, but in the Bible. Transatlantic slavery, what happened to us is in the Bible.
Right.
We are the children of Israel.
Right.
You ever heard that before? You have heard that. Where'd you hear it from? I know it's right, but you could come out. We got you right here. We got Shay right here. We got you. You hear it from Nick Cannon. You hear it on the news when you were younger. It's on the news right now. Nick Cannon, Deshaun Jackson, Steven Jackson, Ice Cube, all these celebrities talking about we the children of Israel. We're the real Jews in the Bible.
Right. That's right.
You heard any of that? You heard that? You know what they did to those black men that said it? They made them apologize. Huh? Yeah, they fired Nick Cannon. You're right. They fired him. Now, if he was just talking about being a Muslim, would they have fired him? No, you're right. They wouldn't have fired him. If he was talking about being a Christian, would they have fired him? No. But when you say you the children of Israel,
Right.
your ass got to go.
Bring it out, huh?
You got to go then. Why? Because that's the truth, and that makes people mad when we tell the truth. Give me John 8:32. But that's what we come out here to do. And we don't care. They can come and threaten to fire, do whatever, arrest us. We're going to tell the truth. John 8:32.
This is the book of John, chapter 8 and verse 32.
Come on.
And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
So that's what Jesus said. He said, you don't know the truth, and the truth going to make you free. Up here, we enslaved in bondage in our mind. That's what we stuck in. We keep acting like the white folks. We keep doing their ways. We keep celebrating their holidays. Y'all celebrate the 4th of July? Y'all, just asking. No? You said yes. You don't celebrate it, but y'all did. I'm going to ask you a question. I ain't trying to be funny. What were black people doing in 1776 on the 4th of July?
Bring it out, huh?
What was we doing? What is slaves? We were slaves.
Right, right,
Why on earth would we celebrate a holiday when we was in slavery?
right.
That was the extension of us being in slavery. We were in slavery over 100 more years later.
Wake them up, huh?
We still in a form of bondage right now. So what are we celebrating for? Give me Proverbs 3:31. We celebrating because just like Nick Cannon and Deshaun Jackson, we are forced to adopt the white man's ways.
Right, right.
We have to adopt to what he says or you get fired. You do what he says or you don't get a job. You get ostracized. They castrated them men in public. They cut their balls right off in public for saying they were the Jews. You got me? Read that.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and verse 31.
Come on.
Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
Who are we not supposed to envy?
Envy thou not the oppressor.
So black man, black woman, God said don't envy your oppressor. Who the oppressor? I'll let this car go past. Who is the oppressor? Scream it out. He ain't out here. Who the oppressor? My sister in the car. What's your name? You coming out? You gonna put something on you? Okay. Who's the oppressor? I hope you ain't whispering. I can't hear you. You got the mask on in the car. Go on, you take the mask off. It's just y'all two in the car. Who is the oppressor? My brother's over here. Y'all can say it. Who is the oppressor today? Don't nobody know. Or they whispering. Read it again.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor.
The oppressor today is the so-called white man.
That's right.
Who's murdering us in the streets and getting away with it? Who controls the food, the water? Who has our nationality today? Who told us we African American? Who put us in the worst part of Southern Pines? Who got us in the projects right over there? Now they over there in Pinehurst living big. We ain't got no golf courses over here. We gonna try to get a job over there. The only black person that feel free over there in Pinehurst is Tiger Woods when he show up.
Bring it out.
And the caddies. Meanwhile, we in the lowest places in America because the oppressor runs America.
Right.
He oppresses us. And God says, don't choose any of his ways. Like the 4th of July? No. Like the sisters, they not doing it. We don't do it because that's the oppressor's ways.
Right.
He's forcing us to celebrate his greatness. Yeah, here, Negroes, pop some fireworks. Read again.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
So God said don't choose not one of his ways. What about Christmas? Y'all better celebrate Christmas? No, good. Mama, you my sister. Y'all celebrate Christmas? Huh? You said it's Jesus' birthday? is absolutely not Jesus' birthday. That is a lie told in Christian church.
Right.
Now, we out here with the Bible. We follow Christ, but we are not in the Christian church. The Christian church was set up in slavery over 400 years ago.
That's right.
You cannot find a verse in the Bible that says Jesus was born December 25th.
Bring it out.
I'll pay you $100 if you can find it.
Wake him up.
But I can show you his real birthday. Give me Luke chapter 2, verse 42. We're going to show you the birthday is not December 25th.
Wake him up.
And the Bible says explicitly, do not do Christmas. It is very clear in the Bible, do not do that holiday with the tree. You got me?
Yes.
Read that, Luke 21, Luke chapter 2, verse 40.
The book of
Start at verse 41.
the book of Luke, chapter 2 and verse 41.
Bring it
So
out.
when is Jesus Christ's birthday? Read.
Now his parents went to Jerusalem every year at the feast of Passover.
So the Passover, everybody know what Passover is? I'm going to tell you. Passover is between March and April every year. It falls in between it's on the beginning of spring. It's supposed to mark the 15 days of the beginning of spring. Right. That's the Passover.
Right.
You knew that?
Something about spring.
You know that part, right? You gonna keep reading it? Come over here so I can hear you better, bro. We're gonna keep you from the rain. Come over here, we can hear you. Come on.
The book of Luke, chapter 2 and verse 41. Now his parents went to Jerusalem every year at the feast of Passover.
So in the feast of Passover, between March and April, his parents went to Jerusalem. Read.
And when he was 12 years old,
Now what birthday was this?
and when he was 12 years old,
When Jesus Christ turned what?
12 years old,
So on his 12th birthday, what happened?
they went up to Jerusalem after the custom of the feast.
When is Christ's birthday? Based on that scripture. My sister, did you hear it? Did you hear that? Thumbs up if you heard it. Huh? You talk, don't talk. Pay attention real quick. I just want to read this to you. Pay attention real quick. Read it again. We're going over Jesus' birthday. Read it again.
The book of Luke, chapter 2 and verse 41.
Bring it on.
Now his parents went to Jerusalem every year at the feast of Passover.
Passover, March, April. Around March, April. Read.
And when he was 12 years old,
Jesus Christ turned 12 years old. What'd they do?
they went up to Jerusalem after the custom of the feast.
So when is Jesus Christ's birthday? You said they went up after the custom of the feast, meaning they took him and went to celebrate Passover. So about when is Jesus' birthday? Is it in December? No, it's not in December.
That's right.
You're right. It's between March and April.
That's
His birthday
right.
was on the Passover. That's right there in the New Testament. Ain't nobody reading that in church.
Right.
Why? Because the black church is a business.
Right.
Straight up, black church is a business. They getting all your money and teaching y'all lies.
Right.
And we know I got all my family in the church. I got 2 grandmothers that own churches, and they've been lying the whole time. They don't know, but they just doing what the oppressor told them to do.
Bring
They
it
just
out.
following the oppressor and choosing all their ways.
Bring it out.
Give me Jeremiah chapter 10. The Bible's only speaking to one nation of people. That's the blacks, the Hispanics, and Native Americans.
Yes,
We
that's
are the
right.
Israelites the Bible speaks to. If you're African American, you come from the tribe of Judah. Y'all African American? I heard somebody over there. What'd you say? Y'all African Americans. You African American? You mixed? What's your father? What's your father? Yeah, what's your father's nationality? Is he black? Huh? He's Afro-American. So that means you're from the tribe of Judah.
That's right.
There's no confusion with God. Give me Numbers 1 and 18.
Bring it out.
Choosing none of their ways means we reject how the white man categorizes us.
Right.
The white man calls us black. He calls us Afro-American. Like you said, Afro-American, that's a hairstyle. We're not a hairstyle. We come from a nation of people. Watch this, Numbers 1:18.
The book of Numbers, chapter 1 and verse 18.
Bring it up.
And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month. And they declared their pedigrees.
What did they do?
They declared their pedigrees.
So the Bible says when the Israelites, the children of Israel got together, they declared their pedigree. I know a lot of people got pit bulls around here. Pedigree is your bloodline. So these men and women declared their bloodline. How?
After their families, by the house of their fathers.
So how do you figure out your bloodline?
By the house of their fathers.
So who you are is based on your father.
Right. That's right.
For example, your father is black. Say your mother was white. You would still be what? According to the Bible. What'd you say? Exactly. You be black.
That's right.
In the eyes of the Most High God, you're a black woman. You're a black man. So there's no confusion with God. You mix with 6 or 7 different things. Nah, ain't no confusion. You are whatever your father was. That means you can trace your lineage back. You can go back and find out who you are. We ain't just nameless Negroes that hopped off a boat. We're going to show you who we are.
Bring it out.
We're the children of Israel. I can prove it to you with the King James Bible. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 1. The fact that you can understand and hear what we bringing out of this book is telling you who you are. The Bible's only written to the 12 tribes of the children of Israel.
That's right.
Every other nation is going to take the Bible and pervert it and make money off of it. The only reason our people are making money off of it today is because they were taught by their white slave masters.
Right.
The so-called white man who in the Bible is called Esau. Esau taught us everything we knew about the Bible, about God. Hand me that image again. This is how we can tell. Yeah, hold that up. You see this? Is this Jesus? I see you nodding in the passenger seat, nodding. What about in the driver's seat? Is this Jesus? I can't hear you. You don't know who that is. You said that's not Jesus? Good, good. Who is it then? You see the name on it? It says it's hard to see from there. It says Caesar Borgia. Caesar Borgia. That's a man that lived in about the 1500s, son of Pope Alexander VI of Rome. This is a Caucasian man that was a murderer. He raped his own sister. And Leonardo, down here at the bottom, drew this man as Jesus at the commission of the Catholic Church. And this is the only image the church allows you to hang up in all churches. This is not Jesus. But everything we learned and we celebrate, we did it under this image. This Caucasian man that you cannot find in the Bible.
Right.
You can't find this man in any Bible. Any translation. What you got? Yeah, 1:1.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1 and verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
So what we're reading, he didn't write it to everybody, did he? He just said, these be the words that Moses spake to all who?
All Israel.
All the Israelites. The Israelites are the people Moses brought out of Egypt. Y'all remember that? Moses, he parted the Red Sea and spread it, and then some people ran up out of Egypt. Remember, Egyptians is black. So white people didn't come running out of Egypt. It was a dark nation of people ran away from another dark nation of people.
Right.
Y'all with me so far? Good. Go ahead.
These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
Now give me Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. God, he brought us out of Egypt, and he made a promise. He said, if you do everything I say, I'll let you run the earth. Give me verse 1, I'm going to show them that. If you do everything I said, because think about it, how much love God got for people that he killed all the Egyptians.
Right.
He killed the firstborn of all the Egyptians. He killed Pharaoh's son. God got love for the nation of Israel. He got respect for him. Watch what he promises, 28:1.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 1.
Bring it on.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So, Moses was told, hey, if we listen carefully to what God has for us to do, like the commandments is the instructions from God. If we listen to the commandments, come on.
To observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high.
So, my brother was bringing out earlier, if we just do the commandments, he said he'll set you up where?
On high above all nations of the earth.
There ain't equality, neither.
Right.
He said, I will set you up high above all nations of the earth.
Bring it out, huh?
Are we above all nations today? Who's above everybody else right now?
Wake them up.
What kind? Exactly. The white people. The white people are above everybody right now. But they are not the children of God. They're not the children of Israel.
Right.
God made all people. Don't get me wrong. He made all people. But he chose a certain people. And we're going to figure it out. Keep reading.
Set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
Read.
Verse 2. And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So all you got to do is listen to God. He's going to send down about 600 or so commandments, and you're going to be above everybody on the planet. That's all you got to do. Now we're going to jump down to verse 15 to see what we actually did. Because we hard-headed as hell. We did not do anything God told us to do.
Right.
The same hard-headed people you know today is the same hard-headed people we was when we came out of Egypt. Don't appreciate nothing. Read that, verse 15.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15.
Bring it on.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
So if you don't listen to God, come on.
to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So what we did, we broke all the commandments. Moses warned. God told me he gonna jack us all up. He gonna curse every one of us if we break the commandments.
Right.
You understand that so far? You with me? Okay, I'm gonna show you a curse. It's gonna identify who we are. Cause ain't no other nation got the curses like we got.
Right.
Give me verse 32.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 32.
Read.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Read again.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Did y'all get a flyer in the car? Did y'all get a flyer? Okay. In the flyer, you see people in chains, right? You see slavery. Whose sons and daughters were given to other people? Huh? What'd you say?
They said white.
You said white people? No. Whose sons and daughters were given to other people? What'd he say? Blacks. Blacks. You understand? You agree with that, sis? It was us. The slaves. The African Americans.
Right.
When we came over here, they didn't call us African. They said Negroes. You understand? There's a difference. They said Negroes. They gave us a new name. Keep reading.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
So you're going to want to get them kids back. You couldn't get them back. If we was Africans, where would the African army to come save us?
Right. Right. You know.
We got sold by way of Africa. Our homeland is Jerusalem.
That's right.
Remember, Israel, that whole they call it country, that whole country, that's still in Northeast Africa.
Right.
This is Africa. Who got that? Is the sun here?
It's under
Okay. And it's Northeast Africa, right beside Egypt. Egypt's in Africa. But they try to separate it with the Suez Canal and act like that's another landmass. No. That's Africa. That's the home of the Negro. That's the home of the black person, the dark-skinned people. Keep going.
All the day long, and there shall be no might in thy hand.
So did we have economic might to get our kids back? Or an army to get our kids back? No, we did not. But the Bible's talking right now to the children of Israel. It didn't say African American. Yeah, that's what I want. Yeah, thank you. So look right here. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, brothers, we got you right here. You come right here. This is a map of Africa. I'm gonna point to where Israel is. Y'all see it? Right here. That whole thing is Africa. Right there is Israel, that northern tip, that northeast tip. That ain't white folks right there. It's too hot. They can't stand down here too long. In the shade, they might burn. This is Northeast Africa. That's where we're from. And we migrated to the rest of Africa when we ran from Roman persecution all the way back in 70 AD. We came all the way through there and we mingled around with some of the tribes of Africa. We all dark people. And we ended up on the west coast of Africa, places like Liberia. And we were sold from slave ports there over here to the Americas. But the whole time, the so-called white man knew who he had. He knew he had the children of Israel. That's why all Africans ain't going to slavery.
Right.
Just a couple of them. How's that? What randomness is that? Just a couple of Africans going to slavery. Whole continent full of Africans and all of them don't go? No, they knew exactly who they were selling. They're selling the children of Israel.
Right.
That's who they're selling. Yeah. Give me verse 46. And I said earlier, these curses will be a sign. I'm going to show you that in the Bible. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign.
So we're in the same chapter. It says those curses, like your children being taken from you and given to other people, would be on us for a sign. A sign tells you what something is. Like pull apart. It don't say clay hole right here, but it says pull apart. You're looking for pull apart. You're going to looking for what? The sign, right? Right. The sign, right, brothers? If you're looking for pull apart, we're looking for the sign. So if you're looking for the Israelites, he said you're going to look for these curses. What people are cursed? Give me verse 16.
Bring it out.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 16.
So if you want to find the Israelites, here's where you'll find them.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
Where you gonna find the Israelites?
Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
So you gotta go into the city. You gotta go into Southern Pines, Aberdeen, Raleigh, Fayetteville. Where's the most cursed area of that city? That's where the real Jews are.
Right.
Because the word ghetto, that's talking about a place where Jews live.
Right.
If you look up the definition of ghetto, that's a place where Jews live. This is the ghetto.
Right.
Ain't no white people there, it's black people.
Right.
Why? Because the Jews are there. The Jews are there and we don't remember who we are. Come on.
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Think about the tobacco fields. A lot of them over here, right? Tobacco fields everywhere. Who out there in that field cursed? I ain't talking about the owner whipping the dude in the back. Who out there plucking, playing with them damn, what do you call them, the tomato bugs, the tobacco worms and all that. Getting all them tobacco leaves up. Who's doing that? That was us, right? That was us, right, brothers? We out there in the tobacco field. We out there in the cotton field. We out there getting the corn for massa. You understand that? And our brothers, the Hispanic Americans, they doing that today. We the same people. Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, all the children of Israel.
That's right.
But the white man keeps us separate so we never outnumber him and we never pose a threat as long as we divide it. But we here to unite the tribes of Israel.
That's right.
You got more? Come on.
Verse 16.
Come on.
And cursed shalt thou be in the field. Verse 17. Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store.
When it said curse shall be your basket, think about it. That's how you used to gather your crops, your basket. It said curse be your basket. Most black and Hispanic people today don't have their own farms. And if they do, it's just their yard. We go to Piggly Wiggly.
Bring it out.
We go to IGA.
Bring it out.
We go to Walmart and get them funky little apples. They red, but they rotten.
Right.
Because they got dye on them. They covered in wax. We getting fruit that don't taste like it used to taste back in the 80s. Do it taste the same? No, it don't taste the same. Why don't you barge in there, kick down Walmart door and tell them, hey, look, put real food on the shelves. You can't, because you curse.
Right.
You curse, you got to eat whatever the white man gives you.
Bring it out.
Read it again.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 16.
Read.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Come on.
Cursed shalt thou be thy basket and thy store.
And it said your store. What black-owned businesses you seen around here? And if you do set up a black-owned business, if it ain't a barbershop or a hair salon, it's going under in about 5 years.
Bring it out.
Huh? He said it's only one. That's the only thing we do. We get a barbershop. Guess what the black man do in the barbershop? His brother set up a barbershop across the street.
Bring it out.
Ain't most barbershops like in with a mile of each other, competing with each other, tearing each other down? That's a curse. We can't even work together to set up our own enterprises. We can't be entrepreneurs because we hate each other. And we'll just rob each other or want discounts from the brother. We won't pay extra to buy from a black man because we curse. We curse in the field, the city, our basket and our stores curse. That's a sign. White people ain't got that problem. The Chinese ain't got that problem. The Arabs ain't got that problem. They in your neighborhood selling y'all crack pipes and cigarillos.
Right.
They doing real good right now off the backs of blacks and Hispanics. But where the black businesses? We can't even sell cigarettes. Negroes are selling Lucy's. They ain't no business. We cursed. That shows who we are.
Right.
Give me 48. Go back 46.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 46.
Bring it out.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign and a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
So it said them curses going to be on us for a sign, a wonder, and on our seed forever. Is that your child in the car, my sister? That's your child, right? So it's saying your seed is that child. So the curses will be on us from generation to what? Generation to generation.
Right.
You can trace our history just looking at curses.
Right.
Think about Black Wall Street. We in the name. And they did what to Black Wall Street? They blew it to hell. The white man dropped bombs on it. They wrote a song about it. You dropped the bomb on me. Remember that song? They was actually singing about what happened to Black Wall Street.
Right.
And most black people just now figuring out we used to have a movie theater, a bus line. We used to have our own grocery stores. And the white man looked down and he said, no, I don't like none of that. Blow it up, send in guns, shut that down. These Negroes supposed to be cursed.
Right.
Go ahead. 47.
Verse 40.
And I'm yelling like this because, hey, we're passionate about our people.
Right.
We want to restore our people. We are great and mighty people.
Right.
We are
That's right.
kings and princesses on this earth.
Bring it out.
And we treat it like garbage. But it's obvious we excel them in every single thing. Not just the white man, the Chinese man. We run faster than every nation on this planet.
Right.
Especially when the police after you. You hauling after that project, you through there in about 15 seconds. We stronger than every nation. We better looking. Our sisters look better till they 70 than a white woman in her 20s.
That's right.
I'll tell you no lie. Am I telling lies? White woman be 40 years old and look 100.
Right.
But meanwhile, we don't crack. Looking beautiful up in that age with gray hair. Why? Because God chose us to be his people. We made like him. We made different.
Right.
But now we at the bottom. So I'm trying to show y'all why. 348 or 47.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God.
That's why. Because we don't serve the Lord thy God
with joyfulness and with gladness of heart.
Meaning you ungrateful. We don't serve God for joyfulness and gladness of heart. So he gave us, he said, I'll give you the world. And we said, nah, I miss Egypt though. I miss Egypt, had them great cheeseburgers. But back then it was onions and garlic. That's just like America. A lot of Negroes, if we would be delivered from this place today, they'll drop dead and die because they want to stay here for McDonald's.
Right.
They wouldn't want a kingdom of their own. They're like, dang, I like Walmart.
Like a mom.
You mean to tell me I gotta grow my own food? I gotta marry with sisters that look like me? Man, I'll stay here in America. A lot of brothers gonna get put to death because they don't want to come out of their oppressors' ways.
Right.
Like Harriet Tubman, if the slave turned on her and said he want to go back, she's like, yeah, you can go back. And she took the shotgun and boom, blew his brains out, right?
Right.
She said, you can't go back. He's slave forever. So she wouldn't let him go back and tell master. A lot of our people are going to die here in America because Christ ain't going to accept no half-stepping. You can't be half-stepping when Christ come back to set us in our right place.
Right.
Keep going.
For the abundance of all things, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
The judgment for not appreciating what God gave us, complete and utter domination over the earth, is to serve your enemies. Therefore, read it again from the top. Who did it to it?
Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
And we got that right here, because they didn't teach our history in school no more. This right happened. They called them conquistadors in 1492. Then they called them pilgrims. What else they called them? In Black Panther, they called them colonizers. The colonizers. That's how I'm sending the colonizers. I'm going to send a nation so evil, they'll cut a baby out of a woman's stomach and step on it. That's recorded history. I'm going to send a nation so evil, it'll rape men's wives and then send them back the same night. But God did it. A lot of people wonder why we went into slavery. Because we didn't appreciate what God gave us.
Bring it out.
So I said, all right, you don't like being on top. I'll put you at the very, very bottom.
Right.
Come on.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
So again, it's not no hate campaign. It ain't an old hate white people. They ain't what we talking about. We earned that thing. God said, I'm sending them. It's not even their idea. That's why they just pop off and start hating you. It's not their idea. God put that in their head to hate you and oppress you. That's why you see the people they call Karens. You know what I'm talking about? Karens. The white women that call the police on black people. Who know what I'm talking about?
Bring it out.
Y'all brothers, y'all look like they done call the police on y'all for sitting there. A white woman roll right now and call the police on all of us. Because it's just something put in their mind. What you say, sis? You got called on? Oh, hold it down, brothers. Hold it down, brothers. You said you got called on? So a white woman called the police on you. I wish you come over here and tell me that so I can hear it. What'd she call the police on you for? You went to a lake to go swimming and what happened? In Pine Bluff. Ooh, you like living dangerously. Go ahead. And the white woman called the police on you for going swimming in the lake. You were going to get baptized. So you about to go get baptized. And the white woman said, what's that nigga doing by that lake?
Right.
I don't like none of that. I'm calling the police.
Bring it out.
Is that what happened to you? Give me Leviticus 26:17.
Bring it out.
Leviticus 26:17. I'm going to show you what happened. You had your paperwork in order? She didn't give a damn. She had her white privilege in order. Right. You said her white privilege supersede any paperwork you could give her.
Right.
I'm going to show you that in the Bible. Like I said, ain't no hate campaign. God tell you how these people are in the Bible. Read that thing.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 26 and verse 17.
Bring it out.
And I will set my face against you.
This is precepted. It's saying the same thing as the other chapter we was reading. God said, I will set my face against you. So that's like me turning my back on you. That's what God did to us. Instead of dealing with us, he said, I'm going to leave you alone. I'm not helping you no more. Read again.
And shall be slain before your enemies.
Come on.
They that hate you.
So he said, you'll be killed in front of your enemies. And what happened?
They that hate you.
What kind of people?
They that hate you.
Who are your enemies?
They that hate you.
They ain't talking church. Bible says there's people on this earth that hate you.
Right.
Read.
They that hate you shall reign over you.
What position will they have?
Shall reign over you.
So God said you won't be equal to these people that hate you. He said your enemies will reign over you like kings, like governors, white privilege.
Right.
They will reign over you, even the ones that don't got a good job. They reign over you. And they hate you. That's what, and you ain't do nothing. Ain't nothing you did, sis.
Right.
You went to go do what you thought was right, getting baptized in water. But you can talk about that too. But you went to get baptized in water. All praise Jesus. That white woman said, the hell with praising Jesus. That nigga cannot get in that water.
Right.
That's my water. Ain't that a public lake?
Bring it out.
That's a public lake, right? You have to live there? At the same time, it's for Jesus though. You see, they don't give a damn about that. That's just for black people. They take, what you say? Your address was on your what? On your license. But you were still supposed to be there, right? You were supposed to be there, right? Yeah. So it had nothing to do with your license. It had nothing to do with safety. Right. That hatred is calling out of the bottom of their throat in this very day. Right. They can no longer contain themselves. Right. Hold that. Give me Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4. God told you about these people. These are the same people that shoot up your school systems.
Right.
I know we doing a lot of damage in this neighborhood. We're going to deal with that. But these are the same people, we following their holidays, then they would just bug out and shoot up a movie theater.
Right.
And we be like, and then that people say, well, that must have been crazy. That must have been a crazy one. There must have been something wrong with that one. No, God gonna tell you the mindset and the mentality of your oppressor. They hate you, and they're full of that kind of behavior, that violence. The same violence they took America with. Right. They ain't vote. Did anybody vote to get America? Bring it out, wake them up. They want you to vote right now, but did they vote? Did they sit down with the Indian chiefs and say, Chief Atawapa, if you will cast this ballot, we're gonna take over half the country?
Wake them up.
No, there was dead bodies everywhere and blood.
Right.
And then slavery. You got me? Come on.
The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 4.
Bring it out.
Behold, his soul which is lifted up. His soul which is lifted up.
So God said, behold, examine this man. His soul, your soul, that's how you think, how you feel. That's your mind. Which is what?
Is not upright. Behold, his soul which is lifted up.
He said his mind, which is prideful. Lifted up means you're prideful. You think you're above everybody. Right. White privilege. White privilege puts you up here and Negroes down here. Off nothing. And we don't work at the same place. We don't live in the same place. But their mind, their soul is lifted up. What?
Is not upright in him.
Is their mind right?
Is not upright in him.
He said they are very prideful and their mind is not right in them.
Right.
They said there's some people on the earth who's prideful as hell, think they're better than you, and they're crazy.
Right.
They're secretly crazy.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.